Hey everybody, welcome back for another memory keeping video. This week we're finally going over Halloween, so October 30th through November 5th, and I mishmashed a bunch of different things together here. So I had some freebie full boxes and labels from Cinderella Paper. I have these baddie underlays unfoiled from Planet Hannah, and then I have a little bit of orange glitter that was a freebie from Winter Design. So I just put all that together, and that was my Halloween kit for the year. So I actually like how it turned out. A lot more pink than I anticipated. These date covers are also from Cinderella Paper. They have kind of like a candy lollipop pattern to them. They were a freebie. I don't think you could have bought these. So I have lots of different freebies all over my collection, so I try to use them when I can, and I thought, well, this kind of baby pink color I don't normally use, but it goes with this week. And the date numbers are left over from an old Cinderella paper kit, so kind of a bunch of different leftovers. I picked these boxes because obviously there's a cat, there's a dog dressed up as a ghost, and then there's these cute like bat and spiderweb cookies that I think are really cute. So I forget what this kit was actually called. But yeah, I got the boxes as freebies and sale orders. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into the weekly sidebar. So for my sidebar, I've got this freebie from Winter Designs. This is actually an overlay, but with overlays like this, I actually prefer to use them as full boxes, just because if I put it over a box, unless it was like a super plain box, like it's gonna cover everything up. We are bringing back habit trackers at this point because my kitten's on medication that I have to give her twice a day. So I pulled in some habit trackers from Oh Hello Co. One's gonna be for her morning pill, one's gonna be for her evening pill. And then we're still keeping the dinners sidebar as always. This was just left over in my multicolor collection. And then I've got 3 labels in the sidebar with the extra underlay. I don't think I'm gonna mark anything here in this first box. This is just that my husband had this week off, which doesn't even feel like he really did because I was so busy with work, so I was not paying attention. But I'm not gonna put anything in there. For the second label, I'm going to put in this cat from Planet Hannah in gold foil because this was our kitten's 4-month mark with us. We'd had her for 4 months as of November 1st. And then finally, I wanted to mark that it would be 2 months until our New Zealand trip, also on November 1st. This is from Cinderella Paper. We are in the process of canceling that, or postponing that trip, because we can't cancel it because they won't give us our money back, which I knew going into it. But like, Air New Zealand is giving me a hard time. They don't do things the same way various American airlines, I don't mean American Airlines, the company, I mean just airlines in America, do things. And so they're like, you need to know when you're rescheduling your flight till before we issue you. We're not going to just issue you a credit to use indefinitely. I'm like, okay, I'll call you back. Anyway, so at this point, we hadn't fully committed to like rescheduling the trip yet because we were waiting to see if the medication our kitten was on would even work. So yeah. So we were planning to go to New Zealand for our first wedding anniversary in January. We started booking that like 3 days after adopting our kitten, thinking everything would be fine. And obviously it's not fine. And she's on medication. She's doing well, but she's on medication through at least January 18th or 19th. And we were supposed to be gone on that trip from the 1st through the 15th. So that wasn't gonna work. I suppose I could train somebody else to give her medication, but it also involves like monitoring her a lot, and I feel like I am the most familiar with what is normal for her at this point, so I didn't want to leave that up to anybody else. Anyway, moving into Monday, October 30th. So I'm sure you all understand I don't need to justify like why I'm postponing a vacation for my kitten, but just kind of wanted to explain some of my logic there. Because it's like, sure, even if I did train somebody else to give her the pills, which is a whole skill set to learn, by the way. It took me like 2 weeks to really get down a good routine with her. Like my husband tries every now and then, and she's like, no, sir. And he's like, oh, sorry. I forgot to flip through what I've got left, although it's probably not that important at this point. I still have a bunch of different labels and things that we're going to use. That's what the underlay boxes looked like. I don't know why I need to show you that. I'm also going to pull in some leftover stickers from Oh Hello Stationery Co. Anyway, so, but I feel like the more important thing with the kitten is that, like, what am I trying to say? Basically that, like, her behavior and her weight and, like, how she looks from day to day, like, I feel like that's something I need to keep more track of, you know? Debating whether I can use this color. Oh yeah, I totally can. Okay. So I did laundry on Monday. Lately, it has been very difficult to do laundry because my neighbors, my soon-to-be ex-neighbors, who have not bothered to even sort of say hi. I ranted about them in a plan with me like 2 months ago, and I ended up cutting it out of the video. But now that we're moving, who cares, right? They're weird, in my opinion. And then they do laundry about 15 times a day. No, I'm exaggerating, sorry. Like 3 times a day. It's a shared laundry among like 6 or 7 apartments. So you can see why that's annoying. So I'm like behind on laundry because they insist on washing everything they own every day. Anyway, then I did lesson planning. That icon is from Alicia Craft, and then I graded. So I'm gonna use, actually, let's use the big orange box. I'm gonna save my pattern boxes for something fun. So I'm like out of grading stickers that match, so I'm just using this typewriter sticker because it's cute, and that's what we're gonna do. Moving on to the second half of the day. I stepped on my little cat's tooth. She apparently was still losing teeth at this point, which was funny. And so, yeah, I stepped on it. I was like, ow, what did I just step on? And then I looked down and I'm like, is this a molar? So yeah, she lost one of her baby molars this day. So that was funny and cute. My little baby cat. She's been through a lot. So this is from Cinderella Paper. And then we had to book flights to Colorado for her checkup. So we had literally just gone the week before, but we needed to go back in 4 weeks. So that's what we did. I had to kind of book it pretty quickly, especially because, unfortunately, with how everything timed out, her first checkup was around Thanksgiving and her second checkup's going to be around Christmas. So obviously it's a little more expensive. That is a really old sticker from Oh Hello Co. But then in January, her last trip is probably going to be cheaper because no one travels in January except me. That's part of the reason we got married in January and went to Hawaii in January, and we're going to go to New Zealand in January. Although January in New Zealand is summer, so it's actually their high season. So we were paying quite a bit, actually. But anyway. Then at the end of the day, I was watching Queer Eye on Netflix, so that is also from Alicia Craft. So that is Monday, a nice simple 6 things to mark. Tuesday has no full box because it was a holiday, and there are lots of things going on. So Tuesday was, of course, Halloween, October 31st. So I have, I wonder if I should just put this here. How many things do I have to mark? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we'll just do 4 things in each box. So I just have this adorable little sticker from Once More with Love from the holiday sheet. I probably need to either reorder that one or order a holiday sheet from somebody else. Do you have any recommendations for like the yearly annual holiday? Yearly annual, it's so redundant, but anyway, the annual holiday sheet, let me know. I love the Once More with Love one, but if there's another cute one out there, I'd like to try it out. What else? So this was the 5th day of treatment for Clover. The reason why that's important is because what the doctor was telling me was that hopefully she would respond. We'd see some improvement in 3 to 5 days. If we didn't see improvement, then like that would mean we'd have to figure something else out. But luckily, in that 3 to 5 day realm, I mean, honestly, we got home from Colorado the Friday before this, and she had so much more energy and like just seemed to be doing so much better. So I was very hopeful, but I needed to wait until like this window to really know whether or not it was working. Then I had work because, you know, it was still a work day. And let's see. Wondering, can I use this color? I guess I can. So I wanted to make work a little more fun, so I brought treats. I usually try to bring treats at least once a semester. I have, you know, 100 different students every semester, so it gets a little expensive. I can't really afford to buy them treats all the time, but every now and then I like to celebrate. So this is a sheet from Planet Hannah that I bought this year in gold foil. It's just like her Halloween icons. So I'm pulling those in any places that I don't have a regular sticker. This is a bag of candy corn. I didn't bring candy corn because apparently people don't like it. I love it. It's fine, more for me. So anyway, I brought treats to work. And then my freshman students, my first class of the day, we were doing conferences again. Oof, this is probably gonna damage the underlay if I pull this up. Oh, not so much. Okay, we're fine. Oh, that actually worked pretty well. Cool. The sticker is quite sticky. Let's see. Do I need to move up a little? Yeah. So my first class of the day, we just had conferences. So I just have a laptop from Alicia Craft for that. And then my other classes, we did, I feel like I want to find some square boxes. One moment. Okay, yeah, I did find some square boxes in my leftovers multicolor collection, so we'll use those for work this week, or for classes this week, I should say. So, went and taught my classes. That's from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then my 10 a.m. class had a in-class essay, because that's what they do in that level of class. So I actually got to grade their presentations during that time, which was helpful. So we're gonna mark that with another little Halloween doodle since it was Halloween. So I just have the ghost from that Planet Hannah sheet because I didn't have anything else that I wanted to use to mark it. And then we got free lunch this day from Togo's. I really like Togo's. I don't know if a lot of people do, but they got catering for us, the English department. So that was nice. Nice to have a free sandwich in between classes. So that's a leftover icon from Oh Hey Cat Buns. I need to shift some things around over here to get to the end of Tuesday. We're gonna have to fit 5 things in this bottom box, but that's okay because as you can see, I didn't fill up the whole bottom washi section anyway. Then I came home and my husband finally carved his pumpkin. I didn't really feel like carving the pumpkin this year, so I just left mine alone, and mine is still alive and thriving, but he wanted to carve his. He did something really cute and really artistic. He managed to like do this really artsy portrait of both of our cats. So go him. It was really cute. And then sadly, my in-laws adopted a puppy this year, or just like a few weeks before this, or maybe like a week before. Yeah, it was like the week before this. Turned out the puppy had parvo. So we found out about that either this day or the day before. I can't remember. So this is from Carly Plans. I believe the puppy's fine now. They got early intervention and luckily he responded, but that was kind of scary, especially because our kitten was not doing well either. So yeah, and then that's my mother and father-in-law's dog. My husband's sister, her husband, and their kids came over to come walk around our neighborhood because our neighborhood's really cute. for trick-or-treating, but we never get to go because like we don't have a kid. So we invited them over to enjoy our neighborhood before we left. So I just have a witch hat for that from the Planet Hannah doodle sheet. And then we walked around and trick-or-treated for a little bit. Obviously, like I didn't trick-or-treat, but you know. So we walked around the neighborhood for a bit. Our neighborhood's really cute. It's like these older, we don't live in any of the older craftsman style houses, but right adjacent to us, those exist, and it is really adorable. So that icon is from the Planet Hannah sheet. This trick or treat sticker is from Lunar Designs from the same freebie as the ghost full box in the upper left-hand corner. And then they went home pretty soon after that. So my husband and I, watched Interview with the Vampire because, you know, Halloween. I don't think we've watched that show since. It's really good. It's really gory, but like the plot line is quite interesting. But then we also watched Queer Eye. So two very interesting shows to pair together. So that is the bottom. I love that orange glitter. That is the bottom of Tuesday. Forgot to mention here, my husband did put his Mandalorian costume on and walked around the neighborhood. He obviously wasn't, you know, begging candy off of people, but we turned so many heads. People were so excited. I got one great photo of a couple of people standing on their driveway handing out candy and just like being so in awe. So that was really funny. And he got a second chance to show off that costume this year. So happy for him. Wednesday was November 1st. Back to normal life. Rent was due, so was my credit card. So I just have this from my leftovers collection to mark paying the bills. And then I closed out our budget, which was especially important because we just had a very expensive month. And I concluded that we are okay. Everything's gonna be okay. So that was good to double check that, because with going to the emergency vet and going to Colorado last minute and all of that stuff, just needed to verify that we actually had the money that we needed for all that. So we did, so that was good. And then I did some work, I did some grading. So for that, I think I'm gonna pull in green. Yeah. Let's do one of these. And then my husband had been helping me out with giving, actually it's probably not gonna fit, huh? I don't know. Sorry, trying to make up my mind about what I'm doing here. But anyway, my husband had been helping me out with giving Clover her medicine. This day he was going to his postponed going away party at his job. So I would have to do the evening pill on my own. And it was a little tricky. I still hadn't gotten into the routine of things. So it was a little stressful, but we got through it. So, and then like the next week, I think she stopped giving me much trouble about it. So for grading, this is from the Planet Hannah icon sheet. For giving Clover her pill, it didn't go well. She definitely spit it out. I had to start all over. This is from Apple Blossom Prints. And then the second half of Wednesday, again, my husband was out for the evening, so I had some playtime with the cats, which was fun. Did I play with both cats? Oh, I just played with Clover, with her little mouse toy, which both of them have several mouse toys. So, because honestly, for both of them, that's like their favorite toy. And then I'm gonna mark that Nathan was out with his colleagues this evening. So I thought that would be fun to use the little bat over the moon from the Planet Hannah icon sheet. And then I was just watching a bunch of Jackson Galaxy videos because I feel like I already know everything he's going to say in his videos about cats, but he illustrates it with videos of other people's cats, and that's always fun to see, you know? So I just have another television icon from Alicia Craft. So that is the whole first half of the week. I am definitely running out of labels to use. All right, moving over to Thursday then. Thursdays are usually pretty simple in my world because it is the end of the week and I'm tired, and so I don't do a ton of stuff. But anyway, first thing we're gonna mark is that I was really exhausted. So for that, I have a lot of pink up here at the top. Sorry, trying to figure things out. I think we're just gonna have to do it. We're just gonna have to do pink at the top here. Let's try and space it out just a little bit. And then I was originally going to use one of those square boxes for teaching, but I have this gap here where I don't have a header, so we're going to pull in that. And then in the midst of all that, we're going to use this green glitter label. So I was really exhausted this day because, you know, we're heading towards the end of the week. So I have the tombstone icon from the Plan a Hannah sheet. And then I had conferences again with my first class. So again, this is from Alicia Craft. And then I went and taught my other 3 classes. So this is from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. First half of Thursday, complete. Second half of Thursday, I lesson planned. I think more importantly, what I'm gonna write in is I didn't quit my job even though I wanted to, because I was just so tired at this point. I was originally going to put in like a big box for that. I don't think, well, no, we have space. Let's do it. Because I'm going to need a little bit of space to write all of that in. And then I also wanted to mark pretty big that Clover's belly was starting to look very normal, which was very exciting. Like it wasn't fully shrunken down back to normal, but it was almost there. And that was really encouraging. So definitely have to mark that. And then finally, the end of the day, I watched more Queer Eye because that's what I was up to at this point. So that's going to be the last thing for the day. So for not quitting my job, even though I was totally grumpy, that is from that grumpy jack-o'-lantern, is from the Plan a Hannah sheet. For Clover's belly looking way more normal than it had looked in a while, like a month. That is from Beneva Creations. My husband was also home this day, so he could help me give her pill. At this point early on, it was like having 2 people to give her pills was really necessary because she struggled a lot. We have since established a great rapport where she cooperates a lot more. So that's good because I've been having to do that on my own now. So it's good that she is seeing it as something with positive reinforcement at this point. We'll talk more about what I started doing next week to make it easier. So that's everything for Thursday. For Friday, it was my 3rd brother's birthday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I just pulled an old little thing. It's pretty neutral from an old kit. My husband and I took the day off. I think I had decided I have done enough work right now that I can take today off. Or I got enough grading done that I could take today off. So again, that's a leftover little thing from an old kit. We did get coffee. So I'm gonna flip this way. And then here's something I would normally put in a habit tracker, but because I only did it once this week, it's just going in a regular label. I did floss, which is something that with everything going on, I've been having a really hard time keeping up with that. So I thought it would be funny to use the spider web icon from the Plan a Hannah sheet for that, for flossing my teeth for the first time in a while. It's bad, sorry. Moving down the day, I wanted to mark that Clover's first full week of treatment was complete. So this is from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. It's a little pill capsule because she is on pills. And there's a line there where I could just write in, what am I trying to say? I could just write in week 1. I think so, right? Or do I want to put that on a label? Just kidding. I might want to put that on a label. Hold on. I need to find a label. Okay, I found these page flags that I think will do the job. I don't know that they totally match, but it's fine. No, actually it's not. I don't think that's gonna match at all. I don't know. Orange is a color I really struggle with in my planner. I don't feel like it's incorporated into a lot of kits, and when it is, it's always like a very different color of orange. So anyway, now that can be put there. Then my husband and I went out on a date. So running out of space here. So I have this sushi sticker from the sticker party, and then a date night script, and then I will write the name of the restaurant really tiny above that, maybe, somehow, don't know, maybe not, we'll see. Okay, oops, almost threw some things down on the floor. I'm gonna put this label in first and then decide how much more space I have. I think I'm gonna need to move this up just a tad. Actually, both of these things need to move up just a little bit. It's a good thing these are unfoiled, because otherwise I'm pretty sure the foil would be getting ripped up off of these underlays right now. I have definitely had that happen in the past. Like, people will talk about how like sturdy their underlays are, and I'm like, I don't know, fam, because I've used your stickers and like ink comes off pretty easily. Okay, I have to cram that up just a little bit more. Now we have some more space to work with, I think. Okay. Then finally, I need something for cuddling with the Clover kitten. I'm out of that like bubblegum pink color, so gotta try and find something for that. My camera battery says it's gonna die soon, so oh look, that actually matches pretty well. So this is for cuddling our Evie cat, our big cat. That's from Beneva Creations. And then we watched the new episode of Great British Bake Off that was out this day, and more Queer Eye. That's from Alicia Craft. Okay, Friday is a little interesting, but it's fine. Okay, moving on to Saturday. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, cool. We had a cuddle cat party. I think that deserves this last pattern box, so that sheet is now done. I'm pretty much out of labels, so this will be interesting. I think it was, both cats were in bed cuddling with us, which was really cute. So that is from Beneva Creations. We had both cats with us. My husband was driving back up north this day because he was supposed to start his job. Well, he did start his job the next Monday. And then he got word this week that one of his friends got engaged, which was very exciting. This was not the day we found out. I think this was the day he remembered to tell me. This person was at our wedding, so I know her, and I've known her for a very long time. I was like, oh, that's exciting. So that was nice to hear about. So I need to find something to mark that. Let's see. I don't know. Running out of options as always. Maybe I'll go to my neutral section. That might be the answer. I don't need anything too fancy. I just need something, you know? I think we're just gonna use this. So for my husband's friend announcing her engagement, this is from Plana Hannah. And then I did a little bit more grading. So, because I had taken the previous day off because I needed a break. So I picked things back up again this day just to keep myself on track. So I just have this little Frankenstein's monster from the Plana Hannah sheet. And then the second half of the day, Clover actually ate a little bit of avocado. So she seemed curious about what I was doing with the avocado. So I offered her a little and she was like, okay, I'll eat a little bit. So that was really cute. Our other cat is very obsessed with whenever I cut up an avocado. I think she likes the squishy noises, but then she only accepts it like half the time as a treat because they can eat a little bit of it, like a tiny little bit. But yeah, so I just thought that was cute. Maybe I'll save that for something else. I just thought it was funny that Clover was curious about it for once. Gosh, orange is really a struggle color for me. I never have what I need for this color if I have to pull it in from my leftovers. I think we're gonna use one of these. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, Clover ate just a little bit of avocado, so I have the perfect sticker for that. This is Molly Loves Avocados from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then this was her second dose of her immunotherapy. So she's on 2 different medications. She's on a daily capsule that I give twice a day, and then a weekly like oral syringe that I have to give her as well. So for that, let's use one of these. And then, you know, it's not an injection, but this is the best kind of sticker I can use to represent that. That's from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then the last thing we're going to mark this day is I was watching someone named Rachel Oates on YouTube and a bunch of John Oliver clips. Yeah, that's what I was up to. So set a TV because my husband was gone at this point, so I was just watching stuff that interested me. So that's from Alicia Craft. All right, Sunday. Sunday daylight savings time ended, which I know everyone complains about. I really needed that extra hour this year, okay? I've lost a lot of time the last couple months. I also have to get up bright and early every morning to give my kitten her pill. It is a lot easier to do that when it is not pitch black outside, let me tell you. So I welcomed falling back and having daylight savings time ended. I personally would prefer that we just stay on standard time, which is what we're currently on. That's just me. I don't run the world. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I keep counting. I feel like I'm just gonna put this here. Yeah, we'll just put it between Saturday and Sunday because that's really when it happens anyway. Okay. And then my husband normally takes care of the litter boxes because he is a gem, but he's not here, so that's up to me now. So that's from Once More with Love. I think you get the idea. I'm not going to write anything about that. I still struggled to give Clover her pill this morning, but she decided to be my little lap cat, which was very sweet of her, even though I had very much struggled and argued with her to give her her medication that morning. She forgave me. She's very forgiving, this little cat. Even when I do things she does not like. Evie is forgiving in her own way. For example, this day she was demanding that I play with her. She was like, "You're going to play. I don't care that you're tired and busy. I need someone to play with. Do it." So for that, I have Molly Loves Showing Her Bum, because that's kind of how Evie is. She's like, "Hey, I need something from you. Get it together." I'm like, okay. Then I went to Target, probably to do grocery shopping. I love doing my grocery shopping at Target because honestly, everywhere else is just expensive. I get much better deals at Target than I do anywhere else. I don't know if that is the same everywhere, but that is at least my experience. So, because like I went to Ralph's the week after this and it was like I paid $50 for like literally nothing. because Ralph sucks and I can't wait to get away from them. Ralph's closed a long time ago in Northern California, like 20 years ago or something. For some reason, it's still around down here. It's the Kroger affiliate. So maybe Kroger's better elsewhere, but Ralph's sucks. Like you spend so much money on food that's literally rotting. It's terrible. Anyway, so I went to Target, got a bunch of stuff for a pretty good price. Like I did my Thanksgiving shopping at Target and like spent like $60. It was great. Some people are probably like, that's a lot of money. I'm like, I don't know, man. What is money anymore? I have no idea. Moving on. I did not mark what I filmed. That's fine though. I think this is literally all I'm working with at this point as far as labels go. Let me go pull a couple labels and I'll come back. Alrighty, so second half of Sunday, we've established that I filmed some things. Probably like the things I do at like the beginning of the month with my monthly Plan With Me and my lineup and stuff like that. So that's from Cinderella Paper. And I've pre-pulled and pre-decorated all the labels here. So I was anxious about caring for Clover and giving her pills just because it was not going well at this point. So that's just another icon from the Planet Hannah Halloween sheet. Then I marked that it was day 10 of treatment. And this night, actually, things went a little bit better with giving her pill. So that was good. And then I rounded out the evening by watching Queer Eye. So that icon is from Alicia Craft. All right, so that's everything for the weekly view. I'm gonna pull in a couple of these bats from Later Designs. I think I'm gonna put one here, just to tie the orange glitter into that side. And then I'm gonna use this grocery script from Later Designs for Target. And then I think I'm gonna use the work label on the other side. I just have one of these left, and I don't think I can use anything else from this script sampler right now. So we're just going to use the work script. Save the rest of these for another time. And then I think I'm going to use the last leftover bat here for marking my husband's week off because he likes decorating with bats for Halloween. And then I'll just save this orange glittery October for now. All right, let's zoom out, show you the week before I write everything in, and I'll show you also, whoops, what is left over from this kit. Gosh, I'm hungry, I need lunch. Anyone want to bring me lunch? All right, so that's what things are looking like before the pen. I basically had 2 sheets for the full boxes, but I already tossed the other one, so all that's gone, obviously. I have a lot of hot pink labels left. I'll probably put these in my multicolor collection at this point. Obviously, the underlays are gone, and then I still have quite a lot left of that Planet Hannah sheet, so I'll put that in storage. And then I didn't end up using this freebie, so that'll go in storage. I didn't end up using these either. Maybe I should use these to like decorate the bottom. That would be cute. Let's do some of that since I didn't use a ton of bottom washi this year. So since I have that so far down on Tuesday, we're not gonna put anything there. I'm gonna fill in with a few of these just to give it a little bit more character. These are from Oh Hey Cat Buns, if I did not mention that already. All right, so I think that's gonna do it. Let me go write everything in and then we'll say goodbye. Alrighty, that is the week completed. I hope you enjoyed hearing about what we did for Halloween. Very low-key, but it was Clover's first Halloween. She made it here. So that's what we were up to. I do like how this turned out, even though it was a bit chaotic trying to figure out what stickers to use, but I think it turned out okay. So anyway, let me know what you're up to this week, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!